Got so much weight on my shoulders, enough to knock me out, but I'm still holding the throne.
Hello YouTube, Harvey Talks Prison here. I had a couple phone conversations with Kevin Hoppy, the one I'm trying to get the petition going for. Well, have been going. A lot of y'all have signed it and I thank you for it. And another guy in prison named Rob. Anyway, these guys kind of brought to home the reality of things, you know, and sometimes, you know, even every day I appreciate the small things. I don't take anything for granted. To hear it come out of somebody else's mouth, the things they said, is just amazing. Like Kevin told me, he goes, man, I just want to smoke a cigarette in peace. I just want to sit on a porch somewhere and smoke a cigarette. That's what he wants to do when he gets out. First thing he wants to do. Hopefully we can make that happen. But anyway, he's telling me that South Central Correctional Center in Licking, Missouri is it's getting bad. They got they had an ITC program. It used to be only in Jefferson City, and what it is it's a drug program. You know, people who have been addicted to drugs and stuff that's involved in their case or whatever, you gotta go through that. Well, it spread to all the maximum security prisons. And they had it in all of them, but they shut it down in Licking, South Central Correctional Center, because there started being overdoses in the class. And I don't know if I can say this on YouTube. I'm going to. Heck with it. Almost all the overdoses and deaths are by fentanyl. And he says it's getting real bad. People are dropping like flies. But he said what's really messed up is the prison, you know, when they talk to the outside, they ain't calling it that. How they say it on YouTube, unalive themselves. Well, I guess they did, but it's just really messed up that the DOC ain't being completely honest. It ain't being completely honest to those on the outside. They ain't being completely honest to the family of those, you know. It's just really messed up. And he said it's real bad. He said, and he talked about the restrictions. I think I mentioned this once before that they got, and I thought it was because of the last couple of years, what's been going on. And he said no. He said that might be part of it, but he said he goes, if anything, they use that as an excuse for tighter, to tighten things down, to give us less freedom, you know, less recreation and stuff. And he goes, and some of it I can't blame him for, because he said it's really understaffed here. He said there's people working double, you know, sometimes triples. And it's because they ain't got enough staff. And he said they're hiring the very elderly and those just out of school. And I don't want to say anything bad about the elderly being hired or those right out of school, but you guys don't belong in a situation like that. I'm just being honest. I ain't trying to put you guys down or anything. But an 18-year-old, 19-year-old should not be a correctional officer. Somebody 70 or, you know, way up there shouldn't be a correctional officer. What are you going to do if something happens? And the reason I say this about the 18 and 19-year-olds is because you got people in there for life. They're doing a life sentence. That's their home. You think they're going to listen to somebody that's 18 or 19 years old? You think they want to? It's a bad situation. You know. And I talked to Rob. Now Rob was one of those that had life without. He now has the chance of going home. And let me explain to you about that. He was convicted as a juvenile. The Supreme Court recently ruled that anybody that was sentenced as a juvenile now has to be given a chance for parole. And so, as I was saying, Rob is one of those ones that's given a chance for parole because the Supreme Court ordered that those who were sentenced as a juvenile got to be given a chance for parole. And here's something that, so he's going to get a chance for parole, and I want to tell you something. Most of the people going up for parole that fell under this, it has been given, had life without, but now given parole. Most of them are getting dates. But he told me something very interesting. He said, when I had life without, I wasn't worried. I adapted. I came to the decision, this is where I'm going to be the rest of my life. He said, I didn't even think about it no more. He goes, I'd think about things I missed once in a while. But I faced the reality of the situation that the rest of my life, until the end of my days, is going to be in prison. He said, but now that I'm being given a chance to get out, he said, it's really messing with my mind. He said, and I really want out now. I can't wait for the parole hearing. I'm really wanting out now. He said, well, as before, I didn't even really think about it. So, think about that. You got life without, and then you ain't going home, so you just accept it, And then all of a sudden, they said, here, we're going to give you a parole hearing. And from others that's already went up that they're getting dates. What do you think's going to, I can't imagine what he's feeling. But Kevin goes up on the 28th this month. I've written the governor. A lot of you guys have signed the petition. I've written the parole board. Other people involved in this has written the parole board and the governor. And now it's just a waiting game. And that's what Kevin was telling me last night. He said, man, come on, man, let's just get it over with. And I think he kind of has his hopes up, and I'm just hoping for the best. I thank you guys for watching, and see you next time. Bye.